Student Coordinator, Mr. Kritik Ranjan, to escort the dignitaries on the dais. The vision that you glorify in your mind, the ideal that you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, this you will become. A very good morning to everyone assembled here. I, Disha Rao,
And I, Chaitashri,
of Department of CSE, consider it as a privilege to welcome you to the inauguration of GDSC WOW. We are gathered here for the most awaited event, GDSC WOW 2024. In fact, in Karnataka, the event was given to the only two regions, Bangalore and Mangalore, and I can proudly tell that now it's only the Mangalore region is doing this event. This dream come to reality is possible only because of the support of management and the principals of Srinivas Institute of Technology, along with all the GDSC leads and members of the Mangalore region. So without much delay, let's start the program. The function of a prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the one who prays. It mark of a undying tradition to invoke the Almighty at the beginning of an important event. Now I call upon Disha and Chaitashri for the invocation.
kindly rise.
Smrami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smrami Mahaganapatim Manasa Smrami Vasishtha Vamadevari Vandita Mahaganapatim Mahadeva Sutam Guru Guhanutam Mahadeva Sutam Guru Guhanutam Marakoti Prakasham Shantam Mahakavya Natakadipriyam Mahakavya Natakadipriyam Mushika Vahana Modaka Priyam Mahaganapatim Manasa Smrami Mahaganapatim. A ray of light is a ray of hope. Let's all leave the darkness and step towards the bright path. Now I request GDSC lead Mr. Kritik Ranjan, GDSC faculty facilitator Professor Shailesh Shetty to light the lamp. Raise everyone. Thank you everyone. Please be seated.
Now I request the president of today's event, Dr. Srinivas to florally welcome Adarsh Prabhu, Associate Director at Srinivas Solutions. I request our faculty coordinator, Shailesh, to florally welcome Swastik Shetty, Cloud Solution Engineer at Google. I request GDSC lead Aditi to florally welcome Neha Pawar, Senior Salesforce Developer Officer. Now I request Rajat to florally welcome Akshay Kumar, founder of Abhyudaya Software. I request Nathan to florally welcome Shanvil Pinto, Software Engineer SWB at Unicom. And I request our President, I request GDSC lead Ritik to florally welcome our Principal. Thank you everyone. Now it's time for the most awaited moment, that is inaugural of GDSC WOW 2024. I request our principal to speak a few words and inaugurate the event.
Good morning to all of you. Good morning. Dignitaries on the dais and the Google Developers Club community members. Today, our college club, Google Developers Club, is inaugurating the Google Developers Club over function in the college, and event in the college is continuing after this inaugural program. And this time it's only in, as I was told that only in Mangalore this event is happening in Karnataka. That's really great to the college as well as our students who was organizing this event in the college. I hope all of you join this community to help each other, to collaborate each other, to share the knowledge, to build the knowledge, to become leaders in the software field. As per my knowledge, it's only related to the Google softwares. It may be related to all the softwares. Maybe the experts can be able to talk later on more on this. But as per my knowledge, I'm telling, really it is a club is going to be useful to the students. I'm observing our own students also who are working on this. They're improving their knowledge, their skills, and surely they can lead in the future or work in the future in good companies. And surely they will get the collaborative approach. Nowadays, I hope all of you knows that very well. People are reluctant to share the knowledge with others. I don't know. You may not be like that because you are the member of the Google Developer Club. But in general, my observations to be, if I share the knowledge, he use that knowledge, he will grow up. I don't want to give the knowledge. But the people who can think 10x times, not 10% of the time, 10x times, they can improve a lot, and whenever they get a chance, they will discuss with others, they will share the knowledge with others. Automatically, they get the knowledge and they can improve further, they can think even better than that. So this is what is the aim is to be required by the student community of any college. So now everything is depends upon our thinking abilities. If you think only 10%, you will be only 10% person. If you think is 10x times, surely you will be 10x times better than the other people. If you think 100x times better, 100% you will be 100% better than the any other persons. This is to be like this. I request all of you to involve today's workshop and technical events. The technical talk will be arranged and 2 workshops arranged today in the college. I request all of you to actually participate. End of the day, what you learn, that is very important than any other things, and how you can able to build further or develop further, that all depends upon you. With this, I declare today's Google Developers Club over function will be get inaugurated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivation and support for the student community and encouraging words on this occasion.
I request the Faculty Coordinator of GDSC, Professor Shailesh Shetty, and GDSC Student Coordinator, Mr. Ritik Ranjan, to escort the dignitaries of the dais.
I want to thank Principal Sir and all the dignitaries for inaugurating the event and for attending the formal function. Now the session is going to begin. I hand over the mic to Aditi for continuing the event. Thank you.
Have breakfast or not, guys? Oh, so we'll give Okay, never mind. Till the mic is arranged, we just started, right? So the wow event is more important than breakfast, guys. So first we'll just get it started. Let's recharge. Let's grind ourselves with some talk sessions, some brain driller activities, and then we'll go for lunch. Right? Sounds good? Till then, you just buckle up all your energy. Sounds good? I want the energy, guys. This is the most awaited event. We have worked days and nights for this. Are you all ready? Yes. So, on the countdown of 3, 2, energy has to dwell on. On the count of 3, 2, 1. Yes, we want the energy. Only then the event will be successful. Right? How is the Josh, guys? We want it high. How is the Josh? Yeah, how is the Josh? Wow. Yes, let's get it started. Let's wow the event.
Good morning, guys. I'm Shabnaz, GDSC lead PACE. So first up, we have a thought-provoking talk session. We have Mr. Adarsh Prabhu, who will be taking on the stage to discuss on Gemini AI. Over to you, sir. sorry for the delay, and we are at the verge of starting the talk. So, Mr. Adarsh Prabhu is an Associate Director, Customer Engineer, Technology and Innovations at TVS Solutions Private Limited. He is a cloud architect and API manages the API. So, please be with us. We'll start the session soon.
Good morning, everyone. The technical issues still persist, but what I'll do is I'll start. I think we are already delayed. I'll give you a little introduction without the slides, and when the slides come up, we'll see where to start. I am Adarsh. I head technology and solutions at TVS. I have over 17 years of experience in IT. I am a mechanical engineer by education, but I started in IT, right? I worked a lot in Infosys and then worked on my own startup, and now I'm in EVS. I'm started last year. The intention of whether it's GDG or GDSE is to bring in technology to developers, right? To share. The whole intention of these communities are to share the knowledge so that everybody gets better, right? Your principal rightly mentioned that the more you share, the more you learn, right? So the more you go and talk to people who are from different technologies, the more you gain. Your knowledge only deepens, right? So as part of GDG last year, we started a lot of sessions on Google technologies, whether it's Flutter, APIs, or Kubernetes, and a lot of them. So it's just a community. I think it's great that the WOW Mangalore has taken this initiative and have this first event here. I know it's going to be a very grand success. We'll have more sessions where people can come and talk. My session today is mostly on generative AI. I think this is something that Google had started. I think it started with, I think if the slide was there, it would have been networks can interact, right? So 2017 marked the start or beginning of, I mean, it was not called generative AI at that time, right? But it led the path to where we are right now. And as years went languages, large language models like LLMs, where BERT and new LLMs led to development of whether it was Palm, which was a Google developed LLM, or GPT. I think something that became more popular was Chat GPT. I think everybody has heard about Chat GPT. It is a consumer platform. It is run by an LLM, a large language model behind it called GPT. Right now, I think it's the free version is run on GPT 3.5, but there are other versions which you can use by paying for it. Right. Same on the Google side, we have Gemini, or erstwhile Bard, which runs on, now it runs on Gemini 3.5, or the paid version runs on Gemini 4. So LLMs, large language models, there are also small language models. And I was going to talk about Gemini now. We're far from reality, or to reach the end consumers. But soon, I think towards the beginning of 2023 is when we started, as New Year's, we started going to answer questions, but we started building newer use cases which were really changing how the way IT or information technology was, engineering was going ahead, right? And as I said, this is one of the few technologies that went past the peak very fast, very quickly. Like you might have heard about Web3, blockchain. It's very difficult to get developers into it. But when it came to generative AI, I think over the last 2 years, it's become very easy to build applications. I think that is what I wanted to come here and tell you on how easy it is to get started with generative AI on Google Cloud and build applications and use cases of your own, right? So coming back to, I think, beginning of this year, Google launched Gemini. Before that, I think the most prominent model from Google was Palm 2. And Palm 2 was capable enough, I think the most number of tokens. Anybody understands tokens in LLMs? I think you can, it's the embeddings that it converts into simple terms. So you have, it can be, if it's text, it's very simple. It's very similar to 100 characters, is very close to 100 tokens, not exactly 100 tokens. But there was a limitation, right? There are still limitations. Not every LLM can infinitely take the number of tokens and answer questions or build information out of that. But what Gemini did, or what Gemini can do, is it can take up to 1 million tokens, which is huge, right? So you can, I think other than Claude 3, I think GPT-4 Ultra, I think, takes around 100K tokens, which is like 10% of what Gemini can do right now, right? And if you use a Samsung S24 or S23, it uses Gemini. I think the new features that you see, like maybe when you hard press, it converts, which is a smaller language model compared to Gemini Ultra, which is a larger language model, right? So which means now generative AI use cases have come down to a very small device like a phone, right? There are more phone manufacturers. I think Apple is looking to build AI into their phones using the large language models to having a full, it's a risk that maybe Samsung or even now one Apple, and when the other person on the other side hears it, it can translate to Kannada, which you can understand, right? So these use cases are coming, and they are coming too fast. And what with Vertex AI, I think we still don't have the slide, but with Vertex AI, what Google is doing is they are providing a low-code platform for everybody to get started, right? So they are democratizing generative AI. Basically, they are making sure that generative AI task-specific models. You want to build an application, right? You can talk in Hindi, but the other person doesn't understand Hindi, you can build an application that translates. What you're doing is you're building applications on things that Google has already developed, but you can enhance and give more additional features on top of it, right? So Vertex AI is the service in Google Cloud. You learn about Vertex AI, that's where all machine learning algorithms run. But what Vertex AI does is it has this set of LLMs, even Facebook's LLMs like Llama, Code Llama. You can take all this, you can use the LLM that you prefer, you want, and build use cases, build applications around it. A very simple use case I'll tell you. I think we build a lot of applications at previous, right? And we need systems to test it, right? Like for one of the companies in India, largest insurance companies in India, we build sites in multiple languages, right? So we can't build applications, or we can't sit and translate or have people in 13 of these languages and write translations for this, right? So all we did was we used this chirp model to look at my English website and give me content in 13 different languages. So the development which was taking me over say 3 months to get a website ready in 13 different languages, by using generative AI or by using the LLMs, they could bring the context, they could bring the tone, I could tell it to humanize the different languages. It's not just translating, right? When you translate, and those are just few of the use cases. I think other things like we were able to have our QA team build test cases, and we could, using Code Llama for example. Code Llama is a Facebook's coding LLM. So what it does is we give the code to this large language model and ask if it satisfies all the test case that my QA has written. Right? So now I've told you about ChatGPT, Gemini, Bard and all, and I've also told you how we were able to use the underlying large language models, build use cases which are different from them, right? So basically, it's been made very easy, like whether it's Vertex AI or the services, the model garden behind it, it has made it very easy for us to build these use cases. So there are some, I think the most common ones are chatbots, PDFs, or maybe documents which are there in their drive, but somebody has to go and train it, right? So we were able to quickly take these PDFs and generate videos out of it, right? So because we could do text to speech, we could do text to speech in multiple languages, generative AI. Right? So I think with the launch of Gemini, I think what it has done is it was more about how you architecture, how you give. I mean, you don't see people waiting 10 minutes, 20 minutes. The best architectures, the best way to solve neural network problem is identified, and that is the growth that is coming in, where Google is making improvements to their LLMs to make sure the answers are coming right and faster, right? So I spoke about 1 million tokens. 1 million tokens is a huge amount of data. I think it's like to answer your questions, right? If you talk about text, it's a lot of text that is going in. I'm just trying to remember what is there in the slide. But I think it's around 11,000 pages of PDFs. Okay, good. So the slides are up now. I spoke about, I think you can go ahead. So some of the use cases, go ahead. I think the next slide. No, the slide before this. Before. Okay, I think I spoke about transformer. Just hold on. Okay, I think when the things comes up, so I was talking about use cases, right? I think the next slide had a few use cases where a lot of large companies have already started, like burger joints, like I think Arby's, which is a US chain of burgers. So they have built a wonderful use case that helps consumer recommend. I mean, it's a recommendation engine basically. It is recommending the best possible combination based on your previous orders, right? Based on your previous order. Similarly, I think you can think of use cases like, I mean, Netflix. What Netflix can do based on how you have used Netflix in the past, right? So it can give you an interface where you can say, okay, I'm feeling like it's raining outside. I'm feeling like I want to eat some pakoras. Suggest me some movies along with pakoras for this mood, right? So it could generalize and it could give you some specific use cases. I have a video on that for Netflix, but for an experience where somebody would talk about what they would like to see and how they would like to see it, right? So these are some of the brief things. I think right now what is happening is a lot of experimentation, a lot of people who are, a lot of companies who are very bold in getting out and giving an experience to the customers. Those are things that are already out there. I think companies like Google and Microsoft, they have already released products that can help developers code better, give higher productivity, and see better code security, right? Like check for vulnerabilities. I think vulnerabilities are one of the key things that are like putting a lot of companies at risk, right? Losing data from customers, losing customer information, personal information and all. So all these models from Google, all these products from Google and Microsoft have taken us already to the next stage where my developers are using these products to build better products, right? And also we are looking at companies like Samsung, Apple and OnePlus to innovate on the device, right? So they are bringing things which for us we needed to be online earlier. We don't have to be online anymore. We can use some of these small language models to get these features on the device. And English, for example, the three most common languages that we speak here, and suddenly you are out of place, right? So you could build use cases where out of place, right? So you could build use cases where these languages could be easily translated, and we could have an application. I mean, you are in the remotest last attempt. Okay. Okay, I think the download didn't get the video. Sorry for that. But this video is available on YouTube as well. So you can you can just Google Gemini, and there are two videos. One is for Gemini Pro. It takes a PDF and it can answer questions multimodal. When I say multimodal, I think the language models before this were single mode. Like it could either talk text, or it could either talk image, or it could either talk videos, right? So what another feature of Gemini Pro is that it's multimodal, right? So if this video would have played, what it explains is you can ask a question as a text, right? You can ask a text where you could ask, this was a transcript of Apollo 11, which means, say, Neil Armstrong in Apollo 11, him conversing with the station on ground. And these transcripts, which was around 11,000 pages, this was loaded to Gemini 1.2, Gemini 1.5, and questions were asked based on, say, I think the first question was, can you give me top 3 comic scenarios in this transcript? And it goes through the entire 11,000 pages of PDF, and it tells that it's there, and these are the 3 comic conversations that happened during Apollo 11 launch and before they came back. Similarly, I think there is a note about uploading a picture of a person landing on the moon. The entire PDF has no pictures, but the Gemini could identify a foot landing, and it said that this is about landing, and they are speaking about it in page number so and so, right? So this video is very good. It tells you how multimodal Gemini is, how it can talk or converse in different modes of communication, images, videos, and text as well. Same as with the next video. I think it's about a movie. It's about 3JS. I think, has anyone experimented with 3JS? Yeah, I see one hand at least. So 3JS is a very good library used for animations. And what is done here is they tried uploading a full library of 3JS and a code library basically, right? So they uploaded this code library of 3JS and asked questions on that, right? Asked questions and asked Gemini to make code changes on top of it. Like it asked about one of the good animations that is happening. It could point to that code, and there was a next question followed up, which was said, okay, can you write code to add a slider that increases or decreases the speed of the animation, right? And Gemini AI was able to do that, right? So it's a very, very good use case that would have been explained. But think of this, I think the way from Palm 2 to Gemini 1.5, it's just a year and a half like since Palm 2 was released. Palm was an older LLM. Palm 2 was released around end of 2021 or beginning of 2021, I don't remember the date. But by the end of 2023, February, Gemini 1.5 was released. And by the time that Gemini 1.5 was released, we have reached to a stage where we are asking code changes to be made, and it's able to make. I mean, not every time, but at least most of the cases, it was able to make changes that are relevant and that are contextual, right? So this is about Gemini. I think I had a few more slides, but without slides, I hope I kept it interesting. It's too early to sleep, but I hope nobody felt like sleeping listening to a speech without slides. But it's good to be here. I hope you learned something. Please do go to Vertex AI, learn about how to use LLMs, how to use large language models to identify use cases and build apps on your own. While school knowledge is very important, I think you should build something on top of it. What is trained in school is the foundation. When you work for an organization, I think you need to do a little more than just the foundation. So I think Vertex AI getting started on things that are looking as the future technologies. I think generative AI is one of them, and you should look at building yourself or building your skill sets in this technology. Thanks to the GDSA team here to invite me for this event. I think all success to you guys, and thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Adarsh sir, for such an insightful talk, and we are really sorry for the inconvenience. So now we have the Salesforce workshop by Ms. Neha Pawar, Senior Salesforce Developer at Cognizant, Trailblazer Mentor, Salesforce Women in Tech Community Group Leader of Hubli. I invite Neha Pawar to take over the slides.
So hello everyone. So are you excited for the session? Okay then, let's start. So for 20 minutes I'll be presenting, so please concentrate on the slides. After that we'll start the hands-on sessions. So thank you for the wonderful introduction, Aditi. So I am Sneha Pawar, working as a Senior Salesforce Developer at Cognizant. So if you want to know me more, then you can stop me in LinkedIn or in a Twitter. So skip you. Today's topic is how to get started with Salesforce. Next slide. Hello. So what is cloud computing? Anybody here who knows what is cloud computing? Okay. So I'll be explaining in a basic terms what is cloud computing. For a technical definition, you can Google it. So what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is a platform where we no need to install any application to our local machine. That is nothing but our laptop. You just need an internet connection, browser, and a laptop. So you can access anywhere, anything, anywhere, application anywhere. So that is nothing but the cloud computing. So cloud computing provides three types of services. That is nothing but platform as a service, software as a service, and infrastructure as a service. So Salesforce comes into a software as a service. As I said, like cloud computing doesn't require any software to be installed inside a local machine. So on top of that technology, the Salesforce is built. What is Salesforce? Salesforce is nothing but a #1 CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and it uses cloud technology. It uses cloud technology, and it is completely dedicated to the customers, partners, and the potential customers. So they have built like different types of clouds on that. And coming to the trial aid, what is trial aid? So Salesforce has given the online platform, that is the free platform to learn complete technology on the trial. You will get modules, trials, and the projects and super batches. I will be navigating to the trial after 20 minutes. How to create the trialette profile. It requires some of the steps. I have created the README file in the GitHub so that you can navigate easily how to create the trialette profile. And what is Salesforce for? So basically, you know now, you guys know that if you want to work on any code editor, you have to install some of the application. There is no need to install any application here. You just need to type www.salesforce.com. So you will be navigated to the Salesforce org, like the Salesforce link. There they have given the environment. You can build the application on top of the server, like on top of the cloud technology. How to get started with the Salesforce certifications. So as a newbie here, coming to the certification is like, professional certification is like taking 2 steps ahead. So but I will definitely recommend you guys that before taking a certification, please do your homework. Like you have to work on the trialette modules, the one which have created the customized link for you guys. So you can click on that link and you will get the each module so that you can work on it. After getting trialette modules, then you have to work on some of the projects. If you get hands-on, practical hands-on, then only you are able to take the certification. And I also recommend you guys not to refer the free materials, like free in the sense they are giving the reference materials in Salesforce, but please don't use that reference materials. It is also called as dumps. I don't recommend using dumps and all for the certification. And as a newbie, first you have to complete the trialette modules. After that, you need to take you have to build some of the practical projects, and then you have to understand the concepts. Basic concepts are more important to get into the technologies and all. So please focus on that, and then you can take the certification. Salesforce has introduced one newbie certification that is called Salesforce Associate Certification. That tells us about how much you know the knowledge in the Salesforce, like the basic knowledge. After that, you can take you are eligible for the certification. And also I recommend one site that is Focus on Course. That site will give you a good exam preparation modules, so you can work on those sites. Coming to the different types of Salesforce cloud. So there are lots of clouds. I have just listed very less clouds on my slide and on my presentation. There are like Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing, Commerce Cloud, Analytics Cloud, and Health Cloud, and many more. So when Salesforce was introduced, they have built only 2 clouds, that is nothing but Sales and Service Cloud. Those 2 clouds are the most important and the core clouds of the Salesforce. On top of that, many clouds has been built. Salesforce always focuses on the customers. They just want to satisfy the customer. They will not take anything apart from the customers. That is the main motive of the Salesforce. Coming to the major career paths in Salesforce, that is Salesforce Administrator. So in foreign countries, they have Salesforce Administrator role, but in our country, they require Salesforce developers to do both the work, that is for Salesforce Admin and Salesforce Development. And here, if you want to apply, you have to apply for the development itself, so that you get a job on admin and development. And regarding technical support, so it is like supporting the customers. If customers ask, for example, if customers want to understand the product, Then the Salesforce technical support engineer, they will be helping them to understand the things. And coming to the consultant role requires you have to be multiple cloud expertise to be a consultant. And about business analyst will be straightly talking with the clients. And also, business analysts are the ones, you might have heard about the technology called Agile and the Scrum. They will be working on those things, creating user stories and all. So going to the technical terms like user stories, you might not understand. You just think that it is a to-do list. So today you are in this session and you know that your main to-do list is to complete the workshop or attend the tech talks. The same way, the user stories also work in the same way. And coming to the Salesforce architect, there are two types of architect in Salesforce, like technical and solution architect. They will be knowing the 360 of the Salesforce, like in and out of the Salesforce. What is Salesforce Administrator? It is also called as Salesforce configuration in companies. So in a corporate, they don't use like admin or a developer. They usually speak some business unit words like customization and the configuration things. So what is Salesforce admin? Salesforce admin is nothing but some people don't like to code, like they don't want to code for the 24 hours. So there are many people like they want just point and click tools. They want to understand the automation tools and all. Anyone here who wants less coding? Please don't hesitate to raise your hands because I was the one who I want to complete the things with automations. I don't want to code for 24 hours, but can't help, I am a developer. So what is Salesforce admin? Admin requires like complete automation tools. You can work everything, you can do everything in admin, and Salesforce recommends not to go for the customization thing until you are able to do the complete automation in the admin platform itself. So it has varieties of concepts like flows. Right now, Salesforce flows are in a hype, like it can do anything. There is no need to write triggers and all the things using Apex code and all. So why we need to understand the Salesforce admin before going for the development? That's what Salesforce always recommends, not to go for the customization before understanding the automation thing. You can complete the things in Salesforce admin itself, like 85% you can complete the business requirements using Salesforce admin. There is no need to code or there is no need to write a code. And coming to the development, Salesforce uses Apex as their backend. If you know Java, then it is really easy to understand the Apex concepts. So it is not difficult. And for the front end, it is using Lightning Web Components. It has built on the stack called HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So I always recommend everyone to be good at JavaScript because that is the one language you have to be best at. That's why I always recommend JavaScript. Let's get our hands dirty with the Salesforce org. Just type the link, the GitHub link which is on the screen. You might have got the link. The first link, just type the first link. Let me know that you have typed the link. one more thing, like you might be wondering on my slides, there are some cartoon emojis. So those are the Salesforce characters. Those are also called Salesforce mascots. So Salesforce, those characters specifically indicate some of the technologies in Salesforce. The Salesforce community is like complete fun. They will introduce lots of characters. For example, you might be seeing Astro. Don't type the second link. There is no need to type the second link. Only first link. They are telling that they have network issues. Reciprocate. Are you able to open the links? Actually, fine. So I want to know how many of you have signed up. Yes. I also wanted to navigate to the profile. Profile. Star Ranger to all-star rangers. So it is nothing but TrialEd is giving you the rank that how many modules you have completed, how many trials you have completed, how many projects you have completed. There is no need to go to any other website to complete your projects. That is complete hands-on projects you will be getting from the TrialEd modules, TrialEd profile itself. So that is the one of the best. You might be seeing the maintenance queue. It means that have not completed the batches regarding the certification. They always renew the things, like if they add any new things to the modules, then we have to complete the modules to maintain the certifications. So please keep that in mind. And the projects which is recommended by the TrialEds are the ones like creating the components. So component in the sense, only a small chunk you can create by the project. You can add tab to get the home page. And in Learn, you will get the trials, trial mixes. Trial mixes is guys, always open the links in new tab so that I have very good friends and also for the Salesforce for development things as well. So please do reach out. don't hesitate to message me. One more thing, don't just sending an hi and receiving an hi will not make any sense. So please put the paragraphs and all. So what is the main motive and what is the main intention of the texting as well, so that it will be easy for us to understand what you want to convey.
Performance over a very large programs called the Spec Benchmark Suite. Spec, S-P-E-C. It needs, that's the problem. This problem has a name, memory wall. There are other walls that computer architects are trying to scale. It's impossible to solve. It's called the memory wall. Memory wall simply says the process is faster than this, right? Both of them very large, terabytes large. Your main memory is, what's the terabyte used for? What's the key is the secondary type reference, which sort of indicates that if that's your basic array. The locality of reference for temporal locality, right? If we build a really good processor and we have to do all this circus to get data, useful data into the processor. Current solutions, or one is SRAM, the other one is D in front of it. Wonderful. There are two NOT gates. So they're connected. How are they connected? That's as the DRAM from left to right or right to left, depending on how much voltage is applied to this kind of a device. The magnetic orientation determines whether it's a 0 or a 1. If both of the free layer and the MJT, the terminal device, right? Both of the free layer and the reference layer are the same magnetic orientation, then it's one amount of data. Then if it's in the opposite, orientation, then it's different amount of data. So the point to build compilers, to build operating systems, and these new kind of operating systems, which will work given the knowledge that there is both NVM. There is NVM working underlying. The other kind of architecture and the other kind of challenge is the following. There are two kinds of memory now. There is not just one kind of memory in your system. Because the write latency of DRAMs are much better than NVMs. Now there is this other kind of architecture that is coming up, right? You can use NVMs either as a partner to DRAM or as a next level as in the memory hierarchy to the DRAM. Between the DRAM and the secondary memory you can put NVM, or side by side the DRAM, 32 GB DRAM and NVM you can put. Again, it requires new programming languages, the new compilers, and the new middle variety is a DRAM. That's the question. How much? Yes? Main memory, how much? Whatever you've read about main memory, what is the other, replacement policies you've read about main memory? What is the full name of that? The granularity of access is a page, right? In a cache, it's a cache block, 4 kilobytes page, 8 kilobytes page, for example. The point is the following. Now you have two people who are both equally capable, one DRAM and one NVM. If a page is to be accessed, is it present in the DRAM or in the NVM? If we are bringing it from the main memory, if we are bringing it from the virtual memory, should we put it in the NVM or should we put it in the DRAM is the other question. If we remove a page from the main memory, should we send it back to the virtual memory or should we send it back, or keep it inside the NVM is the other question. So there are lots of these questions, and depending on the kind of parameters your program is inside.
Before we dive into the exciting world of cloud, Gen AI, Flutter and Docker, let's take a well-deserved break to recharge and network with your fellow tech enthusiasts. So during this break, lunch is arranged guys outside this door. You can just go straight and you just get it, okay? Yeah, just wait for 5 to 10 minutes. We are about to get the ice cream, so it's really late. So you can start with that, right? Please be here back. Please be back at 1:45 sharp.